Check out a 3-wood that has become a cult classic. Hey, and welcome to What's in Your Bag Golf. This is Jalen. Today I'm with Brady at True Move KC, and I think he's one of the most entertaining interviews that I've ever done. So stay tuned to check out his bag. He does a long interview, goes really detailed into all of his stuff, so I really hope you enjoy it. As always, stay until the end, and I will chime in with my favorite part of Brady's bag. Today I'm at True Move KC. It's a physical therapy location here with Brady.
Yep.
And Brady, you work here as the marketing director, right?
Yeah, I'm a content creator, marketing guy, general annoyance to the rest of the staff. That's kind of what I do.
You do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and also a golfer as well.
Yes,
right?
I do golf. I golfed a ton when I was younger, right? Mm-hmm. And then at some point, well, I know exactly when, but at some point I had kids. Mm-hmm. I have 3 daughters now. So when they were really little, I took a ton of time off of golf and quit playing, right?
Yep.
So I had like a 10, 12-year break, and been back at it now for about 3 years, trying to take it a little more seriously. Not that you'll be able to tell by my bag,
okay,
but I'm really trying to get better at the game and spending a little more time at the range, you know, and I am now focused a little bit more on my clubs and some of the equipment, which I think is actually more important than I used to realize.
Yeah. Are your daughters playing at all right now?
A little bit. That's the whole goal. Let me get them to play so that when I go leave the house for 5 hours, if I take one of them with me, it's not like I'm abandoning my whole family,
still fulfilling your parenting duties.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm really trying to get them to play golf. I took my 11-year-old out recently, and she just wants to drive the cart, which is probably not something I should mention publicly because maybe an 11-year-old isn't supposed to drive a cart, but she really likes that. She's a softball player, so she's got a bit of a softball swing, but you know, it's a fun game. It's something you can play forever. I think it's a social game. It's good for business, and so I hope they take up golf. I'm really working on them, and my wife has been playing some too. She's never played before, so it allows us, talk about getting rid of the family, it allows us to get away from the kids.
So it's a family affair now.
And listen, no matter how bad you are, it's pretty easy to impress an 11-year-old girl with your driver, right? You know?
Yeah.
So, so I have a lot of fun making it a family thing.
Well, that's awesome. Well, let's get to your bag. You mentioned that you're trying to look into equipment now, but let's start with the top end of your bag. What driver are you playing?
Sure. So I got to shout out Ryan Fitzpatrick at the Country Club of Leawood. Our daughters have been friends since before they could write and read, right? So he hooked me up with my first ever fitting not too long ago. These clothes are from him. Yeah. So everything good in this bag, he connected me with. Everything bad is used in garage sales. So I did the first fitting ever with him, and it really helped because my clubs are a little bit longer than average, right?
Because you're a little bit taller.
Yeah. And he, looked at what shaft I was using. So that's where why everything is kind of set up the way it is, except for the garage sale stuff. My wife's not going to see this, right? Because this is a brand new driver that I've been hiding from her. It's the Sim 2 TaylorMade. It is extended a little bit, and I got a little extra grip on there. So I really like it. I'm not hitting it great. I think I need to make some adjustments with the club head at this point, but the technology is crazy, and I love the way it sounds. Maybe I can blame bad drives on it, but I love this driver a lot.
So what were you using before you got a modern driver?
Some $15, $20 Dick's Sporting Goods, driver, because I realized when I got my new irons, I realized how much the technology had advanced since I took that break, right? And so I'm like, I got to get into a new driver and take advantage of some of this technology. So it was a piece of garbage. I have this now, and I really do think that if anybody is out there playing older clubs, if it's worth it, if you can afford afford it, the technology is just progressing so quickly that I think it's really a big factor, and your game is at a huge disadvantage if you're not playing the most recent technology that you can afford. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love this driver. I'm not great with it. I overswing it, but I'm a big fan.
How far can you get it out there on a good hit?
On a good hit. According to the SkyTrack that I just used, I can roll it out to 260, 265.
That's a good poke.
I'm, again, overswinging. I'm probably cheating, and we'll get to the balls I use later because they're probably illegal. But that's, I shouldn't do that, but I really swing hard and try because I just want to hit bombs.
Yeah, well, it's not fun if you can't hit bombs.
Right? Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
So, but in addition to the driver, I'm also working on stretching and being more flexible so I get a better range of motion because the club's not going to be able to do it all. Right? So I'm trying to incorporate other facets of the game, meaning what I'm doing physically, how much flexibility do I have in my hips, not just swing path, which is also important.
Besides the technology and besides the stuff that you can just buy, the stuff that you need to work on over time, basically.
Right, because I can't just upgrade my technology, keep my swing and my flexibility, and as I get older too, obviously flexibility is important. So I've been working on that, and I think that has helped my distance and my accuracy from the tee box as well.
So as you kind of heard, Brady works for True Move KC, which they have a YouTube page where they post flexibility exercises as well. So check it out. I'm going to link it in the description below.
By the way, I did want to mention that we do have a channel, True Move KC on YouTube. We're doing a golf series right now about flexibility and some simple workouts and movements that golfers can do to increase their flexibility, whether it's the ankles, the hips. I think I'm finding out that it's super important to improve your swing, right? Not just clubs, not just strength, but are you flexible where you need to be? So I bring on an expert. We have like a 5-video series that's available now on YouTube, and you can find us online, truemovekc.com.
So next longest clubs, where do you go from there?
So then, look, I'm telling you, play it against sports. Again, because I just spent so much money on these irons not too long ago and the driver, I'm still playing cheap. Evidently, I didn't realize this till I watched your show. Nike quit making golf equipment.
2016, they stopped,
That's how bad this is. But I like the club head because it's like, or the cover,
the head
because
cover.
It's like,
it's magnetic.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that is cool.
So this is some piece of junk Nike
Sasquatch?
3-wood. You obviously know about it. I don't. It's bad, right?
Well, I don't think it's bad. I think a lot of people love Nike clubs now because they stopped making them. So it's like gotten a cult following.
Okay.
You know? So there's some mixed opinion about Nike clubs, but there are a lot of people who keep them in the bag.
Well, I just didn't have a 3-wood at all there for quite a while. I had one at one point. I don't know if I threw it into a lake or something. Bo Jackson did over my knee. So I had to get one. So it's just off the used rack. It's not set up for me or anything, but I just needed that gap because my next one is, I just looked this up before this show. The head cover doesn't match. It's some Warrior Custom Golf 5-wood. Goes for about $18.99 on eBay. This, I don't know anything about this. But it's not a good piece of equipment. I actually hit it decent. I might have had this when I was, first start. I don't know where I got it. I hit it okay. It's a 5-wood.
How does the 3-wood compare to that? Like, does it go a lot farther? Like, what are the distances for your woods?
So because that 3-wood's fairly new, I couldn't tell you. I've been hitting it at the range more than anything. This 5, actually, I prefer it. Maybe because I've been playing it a while and I like it.
You're used to it.
So I'm using that on these par 5s when I poke it out there a little bit. And my 4-iron's not quite enough. That's definitely something I'm going to continue to watch your channel for to see what woods under the driver I need to pick up.
Sure.
I like my irons so much, I may try to match those.
Yeah.
I like this TaylorMade driver, I may try to match it. I don't know, I'm getting there.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, just slowly building your bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Upgrading different areas as you go.
Again, talking about a crazy old piece of gear, I have this driving iron that I was using quite a bit. It's I don't know, again, anything about it, you probably know. I'm sure this company's not in business anymore, but because I had been so bad with my driver, I started using this driving iron and I could hit it decent.
Yeah.
You know, and now I like to use it because I find myself in the rough quite a bit. It helps me get through that thick rough that's a little tougher to do with this five wood, right?
Yeah.
So this
so you will hit that off the ground too, like off the ground and off the tee.
Yeah, because again, I feel like it's a little easier to get through the rough than my 4-iron, and I spend a lot of time in the rough. So with some of the thicker stuff, I like this driving iron. And again, if I'm not having a great day with the driver, I'll pull this out, because if anything's getting chucked into the lake, it's probably this versus that driver.
Yeah.
You know?
So that club, did you just pick it up at another thrift store or something like that?
It was just something that I had in my bag since before I had kids, when I was playing a while ago, because I think I couldn't hit a driver. So I'm like, I can hit irons. Let's get a driving iron, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if the club's legal anymore. I don't know anything about it. It's essentially a tool of desperation.
Okay.
And kind of something, we've gone through some things.
Yeah,
Me and this iron have seen some things.
Yeah.
So it's a good old friend of mine that I lug around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's right. So you mentioned you have a 4-iron, and it looks like you have a 4-iron through pitching wedge in those Callaway Maverick irons?
Yeah, so 4 through approach.
Approach wedge. Okay.
These are the ones that I had fitted. I worked with Ryan, and I went in, hit into a simulator, so much data, and these things are really amazing. It was crazy how the right fitting club, brand new out of the box, how much it improved my game. Dropped strokes immediately, so much more confidence. With what I was doing, they were so forgiving and reliable. It's one of those things, man, where these clubs, because they're so forgiving, you just know more often than not what the ball's going to do.
Yeah.
Now for me, maybe that's still fading right more than I would like it to, but the consistency with these things has been amazing. Like I said, they're extended about a 1/2 inch. I think maybe we upgraded the grips just a little bit. But these, I said I had 3 daughters. This set of irons is like my 4th child.
4th daughter.
Very, very important to me. And I've just been super happy with them. I don't really have anything to compare them to outside of what I was using since I was 15.
Yeah.
But I love them. I think they look cool too.
Yeah.
And they're just a good set of irons.
Did you get fitted for them the same time you got fitted for your driver? Was that
I did not.
one fitting,
No,
or you went
I'm
separately?
piecemealing it together, right?
Okay.
Because I got the irons and the putter. Funny enough, I won some poker tournament, right? And had some extra cash, so that's how I was like, I'm gonna spend this.
Yeah.
Again, my wife's not gonna see this, right? So then I took it right to the golf shop, new irons, and then, and I think it's important on some level to go, hey, I like these Mavericks, and I like Callaway. Maybe that's what I should do with these woods instead of just buying it all together in one fell swoop. So, I'm kind of getting used to the different products. And kind of working it and building it piece by piece as I win gambling bets.
Cool.
We'll see what happens after fantasy football season. Maybe I can finally give me an actual 3-wood.
Okay. So next lowest club after approach wedge is you have two wedges?
Yeah. So again, I don't know where I'm getting these. This 56. I'm pretty sure was used.
Is that a Warrior brand again? Same as your 5-wood?
Yeah. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah. They're like a brand that sells box sets and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
So I don't know where I got it. I'm pretty sure it was used. I need to upgrade the grip on it. You know, that's the worst part of my game. Not that there's a great part of my, the worst is, you know, when you're 10 yards in.
Yeah.
Am I going to blade this and send it across, or am I going to chunk it and it's going to go 3 feet?
Right.
So then I got this 60 recently. Again, cheap. What is it? It was $50. But again, I didn't know if a 60 would work for me. I didn't know if I would have any more success or it would play the same for me as this 56.
Yeah.
So I bought a cheap 60, trying to figure out whether or not I can use it. If I like this loft, then I'll, you know, go more expensive. Right, and get a better quality. But so this is new. I got it, I think, at Colbert Hills because I knew I was going to be in trouble on that course. So I got it. I do like it more than the 56.
Okay.
It seems to be a little safer.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm blading this one as much. But again, this is me not being a great golfer, exactly knowing the tools.
Yeah.
But it seems to have, I've dropped a few strokes just because I feel like I'm more confident and it's safer to use on the fringe and around the green than that 56, which again is kind of surprising. But that minimal difference can make, you know, such a big impact.
Yeah,
right,
of course.
Right, seriously.
So are you taking both of those wedges up to the green? Like say you have a chip that's next to the green, are you going to take both of those wedges, kind of decide based on pin location, or are you just basically saying, hey, I'm more comfortable with my 60, I'm just going to do that?
It's a big coin flip still at this point. I'm still guessing. Obviously, the closer I am, I'll use the 60 more often than not. Now I'm almost using that 56 as the gap between my approach and my 60. Because I feel like with the 56, I can actually hit it a decent distance. I'm talking 60, right? 40, and then the 60 is more for, let me get over this trap if I can. Let me close my eyes and just swing this thing and see if I can not send it to the other side of the green.
Got it.
You know? So I'm almost using this 56 as more of a gap between the approach and the 60.
Sort of like a full swing or something like that.
Exactly.
Understood. So what about your putter?
So tell me about the putter. It's the OG 7. White Hot.
Number 7,
is this a good putter?
Yeah, it's a great putter.
I upgraded, I believe this is called the pistol grip. Put that on myself and I really like it.
Oversized grip,
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if this helps or not, but I like the way it feels. And
so much of putting is about feel, though.
It really is. And I feel like this putter's great. I like the way it's weighted. I like the way it looks. You know, because somebody said, look, if you don't like the way your putter looks, you know, find a different putter because you're looking down at it such a focal point so often.
Every hole, basically.
Exactly. So make sure you like, you know, the putter you're using. And like I said, I got this when I got my irons and I love it. I don't know how it compares, but for me, I used to use one of those hot dog putters, a joke putter. Believe it or not, this works better, right? So I mean, I don't know how that compares to everything else on the market. I trust Ryan, who fitted me for my irons, and it works great.
Well, it hasn't steered you wrong with your irons or your driver, right?
And so now I'm just down to the 3 and the 5 maybe, and maybe one more wedge, and I'll be pretty happy with my clubs. What do you think? Listen, you talk clubs all the time. Rate my bag at this point, just my clubs, on a scale of 1 to 17.
1 to 17.
Come on, Jalen.
That's kind of a random scale. Let's go with the 14. Yeah.
Really?
I think it's actually pretty cool because I think that you have fitted irons, fitted driver, fitted putter, which are huge components, right? And then you're basically only missing like the margins, like fairway woods and wedges.
Right.
So most of your stuff is already fitted to you.
Right.
And then you have other things that are kind of thrown in. And then you also have some really cool clubs. So I don't know if you knew about that Nike Sasquatch.
I don't.
They have, one of the things that they were kind of blasted about that when that first came out was the sound. They had like it was very square and it was very loud.
Yeah.
But I don't know too much about the 3-woods, but with Nike clubs, it's interesting. There are some some pros who keep Nike clubs in the bag, like Brooks Koepka just won I think it was the PGA Championship or the US Open, I forget which the last major was, and he still carries a Nike 3-iron in the bag. So there are certain Nike clubs that are like cult classics that people still swear by.
Yeah, man, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's why you bought that one.
How much do you love my cult classic? Come on, Jalen. Yeah. So, well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. That's encouraging. I'm going to try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works, it works.
If it works,
right?
it works, right.
Right.
I mean, I've tried clubs that are cult classics that just don't work for me.
Yeah.
So it really depends on you and your swing, but you have most of your bag fitted already, right? It's like the huge components, like with all your fitted clubs, you could go play around a golf. Like, I mean, you would be missing some of the, in between your driver and your longest iron, you wouldn't have like fitted clubs there, but you already have a 5-wood that works, right? Your
I don't
wedges,
think the Nike Cult Classic is my issue when it comes to my game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At this point, it's let's get my swing figured out, and so some of those other components.
Majority it works for you already.
Well, thank you
awesome.
for the rating.
Yeah, of course.
It makes me feel better.
Yeah. So you mentioned a ball. What ball do you play, or what other goodies do you have in your bag that you want to share?
Great question. So I've been playing. I found these on Amazon. They're called Pipers. Have you heard of these?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so this is the Piper Green, and they have different, they say, the claim is these different color of sleeves relate to different handicaps.
Okay.
So this is supposed to go, this says insane distance, stable flight, lower spin rate for straighter shots. This is supposed to be for high handicap players like myself. So I love them. I don't know if they're legal. Meaning not like to possess, but to like play. But I'm not playing
tournament players.
Right.
Like that, yeah.
I'm not playing in tournaments.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes I'll play for money. Don't tell my wife or the people I play for money with.
Yeah.
But I really like these balls. I don't know that I'm good enough to know the difference. I like playing Pro V1s, sometimes Bridgestone. I love Callaway, the triple track stuff, just because I feel like some of the markings help. But that's your go-to. I like these right now. I bought them off Amazon. Like I said, they have different versions for lower handicap players, but this is supposed to be for the high handicap player, and I've lost fewer of these than I seem to
That's huge.
have lost. The other thing, that I keep, and I say I keep it, the other trick I've been doing lately is chapstick on my driver face. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
So between the chapstick on the driver face and the Piper, probably illegal balls, I'm hitting the drive much straighter.
It's probably reducing spin, side spin or something like that.
You sound like you know what you're talking about. All I know is I'm not losing as many balls that way. It looks a little weird to be applying chapstick to your driver on the tee box, but I'd rather hit it also looks a little weird to be walking through the woods all the time looking for your ball. So I keep chapstick on me. Another thing that I like, I feel like having this stat book makes me look like a much better player than I am. You know, you pull this out.
Like, fairways hit, greens in regulation,
all
putts.
This stuff. Am I doing anything with it? Not really. Is this not something I can find on any given golf app? Sure. But I feel like it. I feel like it makes me look cool. Inside here, I do have like a launch monitor session because I think that's something that's really helped me is knowing the distance of my club.
That's cool. Yeah.
Right. So because I can't remember it, and this isn't purely accurate, but instead I feel like between that and the super cheap range finder that I have, I really think dialing in these discs, it's not as much guesswork.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like those two tools, the knowing your distance and then having a rangefinder, really help me not spray it all. I'm not missing by as much. I know, hey, here, I don't have to hit this as hard as, I can make those adjustments.
Of course.
Am I swinging this at 90? Am I swinging this at 110?
Right.
And I think that that allows me to adjust my margin of error, right? Especially when you're out on a course, because back in the old days, Jalen, without a rangefinder, I'd go, well, it looks like there's a 150
there,
marker.
and you pace off of it or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think I hit my whatever it is, my 7-iron this far. So those two tools, I'm really trying to be better about using. My distances, I am trying to check out, I putt decent, so I like keeping track of that. How many 3-putts did I have this round, and can I drop strokes by not 3-putting?
Right.
Are we running out of battery? Am I?
No, we're totally fine. We're totally fine. We can.
Okay, good. So, I like to keep, I have to keep a couple, towels are important.
Yeah.
Right? They're like the bumper stickers of golf.
Okay.
I coach a 5th grade, almost 6th grade girls basketball team. Somebody made me this custom towel so I can represent.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Does your daughter play on that team?
What's that?
Does your daughter play?
Yeah.
Yep.
So my daughter plays, and I coach with my buddy and these kids we've been coaching for a long time, and that was a gift in our Secret Santa exchange. So I love that towel. I have to represent the Chiefs, obviously. Kansas City, so I probably have too many towels, and now they're dirty. I'm just realizing, and that's a little embarrassing.
No, that's all right.
I keep a
Club
tool.
Scrub. Yeah.
Gotta scrub. You know what I mean.
Keep your grooves clean.
I don't clean my clubs as much as I probably should, but like I said, I'm in the rough and the muck so much.
Yeah.
You got to have one of these handy so that when you, are digging out of the rough, you got to be able to clean that off.
Yeah.
But I think, as far as that goes, I love these plastic tees.
Oh, yeah, because you can keep using them.
Yeah, you find them. And so I love those. Somewhere I have a gambling book of golf gambling games. It's an entire book.
Yeah, of how to play these different games.
Does that make me look like I have a problem? No?
No, I mean,
okay, good.
Depending on how much you win.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. I haven't lost the book in a bet yet, so that's
good
fine as well. I think the next thing I'm going to upgrade is my bag. This bag, again, I think I got used, garage sale, Play It Again Sports or something.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to commit to one bag. You know what I mean? Because you can use that bag for a while.
Yeah.
I saw Jordan has some bags out, Jordan branded bags, so I'm thinking about getting one of those, but I use the kickstand because I like to walk. I feel like it's good for me. And then if I'm tired, I have a good excuse for playing bad. I can say, I walk.
Yeah, you're just tired,
But yeah, man, that's about the up and down of it.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for walking us through. It was super fun time. Appreciate it.
I love the channel. I really do think it's beneficial for golfers.
Yeah.
It's been cool to watch your show and see what other people are doing, see what their take is, see what other people are using, and get some tips. So I commend you on your channel. I'm a fan. I'm subscribed, and I appreciate you putting in the work, and thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you. So my favorite part of Brady's bag has to be that 3-wood. That 3-wood is a Nike Sasquatch. If you don't know, they made those drivers, and the drivers are actually kind of square shaped. They're known to have horrible sound when you hit the drivers, at least. I don't know about the 3-wood, but it's always sweet to see Nike clubs because, as you probably know, in 2016, they stopped making clubs. And like I said in the interview before, Brooks Koepka is still using a Nike Vapor driving iron. So stay tuned till next week for the next video.